2.7 fraction and decimals. I can
convert
between fractions and decimals.
Jennifer! We'll give Jennifer a big hand. Good job, Jennifer. You are now famous, Jennifer. You are a YouTube sensation. Ashley, can you hit the door back there, please? All right, you guys, we had 2 vocab words, fraction and decimal. Who can tell me the relationship between fractions and decimals that we all need to understand? Ariana. They're both part of a whole. They are the exact same thing. Everyone say fractions and decimals. Are the exact same thing. So my example in most groups was Mr. Pottinger. Good looking. Sounds different, means the same, right? Fraction, decimal, sound different, mean the same. They're both part of a whole. Okay, boys, are you paying attention over there or organizing your notebook? I need you to sit down and eyes up here. How do you go from a fraction to a decimal? How do you go from a fraction to a decimal, IU?
Divide.
You divide. Everyone say divide.
Divide.
We've been saying this for like 3 months now. A fraction is a division problem. And the reason we've been saying that is for today. You get from a fraction to a decimal by dividing. The tricky thing is, if I have a fraction like 2/3, what number goes inside the division box? What number goes inside the division box, everybody?
2.
2, and that's also called the numerator. The numerator always goes inside the box, as you can see here, and the denominator always goes outside the box. Okay, so now, does 3 go into 2?
No.
So if I'm going to rewrite the problem, does 3 go into 2? No. So if 3 doesn't go into 2, what do we do to the inside of the box to make it so that it does go into 2, Ashley?
You add a decimal and then 3 zeros.
We had a decimal, we said add 3 zeros. Okay, so 3 doesn't go into 2. Should I add that decimal point up there, by the way?
Yes.
But does 3 go into 20?
Yes.
How many times?
6.
6. And then we just go through and do our long division that you guys are used to doing, right?
Yes.
And then if you keep going and keep going and keep going, I said go as far as you need to go so that you can round to the nearest.
100.
Everyone say hundreds.
100.
Good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but are there 2 different ways to convert 21 over 4?
Yes.
You can convert it. Miss Guzzi taught you how to convert it to a mixed number, and Mr. Pottinger taught you how to convert it to a decimal. But the mixed number and the decimal would be the exact same thing, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so remember, you can do a mixed number or you can do a decimal. Whew. Number 3, place value chart. Do you need to know this? You have to know your place value chart. If you know your place value chart, number 4 is simple. So we have a number like this. Can someone read that number to me? And by the way, we want to take this decimal and convert it into a fraction. Can somebody read this decimal? Don. So did he just convert it into a fraction?
Yeah.
He read it as 27 hundredths because the last number 7 is in the hundredths place, right?
Yeah.
So we know the denominator is going to be 100 because it's the place value. It's the number. It's the place value of the last number. And you all can read 27 for your numerator, right?
Yes.
How do you read, Mason, how do you read this number? Mason, what's this number right here? What place value is that in, Mason? 10. So you read it as 9 tenths. Okay? And then everybody, a decimal point means what? And do we ever read a number like this as 1.2? No. We read it as 1 and 2 tenths. Is 1 and 2 tenths in simplified form?
No.
Can 2 tenths reduce?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so the place value of the last number is always going to be your denominator. Okay, everyone look at this again, right here. The place value of the last number is always your denominator. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Questions, comments, wonders, goals, quotes, queries, maybe even a quip?